welcome back to OakField Farm. I'm Farmer Min. Just finishing up, cleaning up the planter here. We did get that cornfield planted. Yes, indeed we did. Didn't have any real problems with that. Turned out okay. Just thought I would give this a good rinse. And maybe the tractor too. And yeah, everything a good little rinse. I want to have it nice and clean. We put it away for the rest of the year, pretty much. Now what I need to do is a couple things on my list that I need to do, and I'm just trying to decide which one I should do first. Here's a couple things that I have in mind to do. Field number 3, which I purchased a while back, not realizing that there was any winter crop on there. I thought it was in a harvested state, and it turns out that I have barley on there, which is ironic because that's exactly what I was going to put in there to begin with. So that has not been sprayed. I mean, it was a field that I bought, so it has not been plowed or anything. It could be sprayed, I think. Would be a fair bet. So I want to get that sprayed. I also want to get this grass planted in the logging area. I want to get that done because being that we are in the last state of spring, oh, careful there. Before the transition starts, I want to get that planted. So, being that I got rid of that seed drill, just because of the problems that I had with it, I don't have one. So I would have to rent a planter, some sort, so I can plant the grass. That's not a big deal. It's not going to be all that expensive. I certainly don't need a big one. Something that I can just get the grass planted in there is perfectly fine with me. I'll just drop this off here without trying to hit everything. So perhaps while I'm already here, let's get this sprayer out. I have not used this yet. Bought this at the auction, and it's been sitting here ever since. So I'm going to get this thing out. Let's see. This tractor should I use, or should I use the other one? Oh, I need row crop. Hey, I'm getting all kinds behind here. Yeah, this tractor should be just sufficient. Let's see. I need to get my toolbox out here. Come here, Mr. Toolbox. And probably get my air compressor started, my hoses out, my ratchet, yeah, I got all kinds of stuff, but we'll just do this here. Amazing how fast I can get that done. It is just, that is something else. I am talented. I should almost be one of those that was cool. Be one of those NASCAR pit crew guys. I am outstanding. Anyways, yeah, we'll use this. Plenty of power. Well, I wouldn't say plenty of power, but I think it has sufficient power for this thing. We'll go up and spray field 3. We'll get that out of the way. Then I gotta try to find some kind of planter, and we will get that grass planted. I want to get that done before it transitions to the next season, just in case I want to do some grass work here at the end of the year. Maybe I'd get lucky enough that it would grow up to a state that would be mowable, if that makes any sense. So yeah, so we'll go over to field 3. That's that long trek into field 3, and we'll get that sprayed. We are full. Holy bucket, $6,000 to fill this puppy. That's spendy. That is spendy. But I'll cruise up there, and I'll see you up at field 3, and we'll get that sprayed real quick. It's not a huge field, so it shouldn't take us all that long. But I'll see you up there in a little bit. Good view of our field there. Looks pretty darn nice, I tell you. Pretty darn nice. I like it. I like it a lot. And our other field. Yeah, that looks good too. Hopefully we get some emergence in the next couple of days from those. And here we are, field number 3. Haven't been in here yet. This is the first time that I will have been in here. Let's see. Kind of a rectangle-shaped field. Won't seem to cause a lot of problems. How did that play out? Hey, look at that. Not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. Lower those down a little bit. There we go. Nice. Not going to expect a huge yield out of this field. Like I said, when I bought it, I wasn't aware that it was even planted. I thought it was like all the other fields in here, either returned to harvested or kind of withered. But yeah, so that's okay. Hey, I was going to put barley in here anyway, so you know, in reality, it saved me from having to work it and plant it, and especially because I was kind of getting behind as it is, so it actually worked out pretty good, I have to say. And we should be, yeah, it's changing. We are getting a fertilizer state down here. Better than nothing. Probably could have just left her, but you know, one shot will maybe make a little bit of a difference. It's all good. Basically be used for feeding the pigs and straw bales. You know, I haven't used a whole lot of straw bales, but then again, I don't have a lot of pigs. What I have, 23 now, I think, maybe, but 24, 25. But you know, I want to get some more pigs, so that will increase. But I'm saying, you know, we haven't used many straw bales at all, so I still have a pile load of straw. And I think what I will do is probably I'll bale this field and my wheat field, and you know, I'll probably have to keep some of it, of course. But then again, I think what I will do is probably sell them. I'm not, you know, you don't get major bucks for it, but it's certainly better than nothing. It's just straw, so it's. Whoops, I think I missed that corner there. Started a little bit too late, but so yeah, it's worth something, you know. Might as well do it. I have a baler, so round baler that is, but it's a baler. I think that'll be fine. I think round baler will be just fine. At OakField we have a square baler, but yeah, I think we'll be fine with that. I'm not too worried about that at all. Yeah, so that's all good. That is all good. Oops. They're gonna hit the hedge there. This is not a bad little sprayer. I think it's a good sprayer for a lot of these fields on this map. You know, the self-propelled has got a lot of benefits, though. That is for sure, as far as easier to cover more of the field because you don't have tractor in front of you. You don't have to back up as much. But yeah, I think it's a nice sprayer. I think a lot of the in-game stuff gets overlooked a lot. But yeah, no, I think it's a nice little sprayer. What is it? 22? I'm curious now. 20? No. Whoops, wrong button. 28. 28. Yeah, so that's 28. You know, then you get up into the big ones. 28, 36, 21, 36. Yeah. So 28. Good width. Good spraying width. You betcha. That's not gonna take very long. Not many passes at all. You know, from this view, the barley sure looks sporadic, sparse. Sparse? What kind of a word am I looking for? Thin. Looks like it's pretty thin. I think it would be more full, but it's okay. Just finishing up. There. Barley field is sprayed. Not too shabby. I don't know if this is, well, we wouldn't know. In the game it's just called barley, but 2-row barley, 6-row barley, or hulless barley. But you could always tell the difference. I could always tell the difference between like barley and wheat, for example. If you look at the head, of course it has to be in the stage so you have the head. Yeah. Try to zoom in. And these little, you know, look like hairs, little spikes. Those are called awns, and they come off the head of the barley. But right here, where the wherever a leaf attaches to the stem, they have what they call these auricles. And barley has big clasping auricles that set them apart from like wheat or oats, for example. So that's one way to tell. But barley has these longer, thicker awns coming off the head. Yeah, big clasping auricles. You can always stand them apart. But that's that. There is barley lesson 101. Let's see. That is done with. Now I need to get back, and maybe it'll make a difference. Maybe it won't. Oh, I don't run out of room here. I'm kind of crushing my barley and the hedge at the same time. Get back, and then I'll go up to the dealership, the store, and try to find a seeder that I can seed the logging area with grass. I want to get that done. I mean, it's getting later. It took me a little longer than I was expecting, but let's just double check. I want to see. Well, it's not going to say anything, is it? Because it won't show fertilized because of being plowed, but I could turn off that real quick, and then it would say, yep. So at least we got one stage on there. That's not too bad. I can live with that. But yeah. So get a seeder, and then I want to get that planter. So just save driving time and time. I'm going to head back to my farm. I'm going to drop off this sprayer, and then I'll meet you up at the dealership, and we'll kind of come up with a I want to try to find something that I haven't used before, something a little different to plant that that logging area. But we'll see up there in just a little bit. We had a slight change of plans. I thought to myself, I'm going to do it right. I'm not going to skip by and just kind of do a rush job. So I got some help from Reggie and Mia. I got my vent out here. I did fill the slurry spreader. Believe it or not, I had 18,000 liters in here. You wouldn't know that by looking inside there, but I did. Got it all filled up. I am going to take this up and go spread the forestry area. In the meantime, I did spend some money. I spent about 5,000. Whoa, inside of the building there. I leased a seeder, which not my first choice. Not the happiest with it, but it is what it is. And I also leased a cultivator. So the Mia brought up my 700, and that is up at the dealership, hooked up to the seeder. And Reggie took my 800 and brought that up, got the cultivator, and that is sitting up at the forestry land here. I'm going to spread this, and then I'm going to cultivate it in, and then I'm going to seed it. Kind of do it the right way. Don't mean to skimp or cheat a little bit. So that cost me a little bit of money to lease those two pieces of equipment. I'm assuming I'll have to buy some slurry. But the best part about slurry is they have the slurry shop right there next to the forestry area, so that worked out just fine. I originally thought that maybe I would buy some manure from David, but between hauling that, I wouldn't have enough time yet tonight to get this grass in and get the manure spread on there. So I'm going to go with this just for convenience factor. I think it'll work just fine. What I did end up leasing was this Star Cedar. I'm not familiar with that brand. I know it's, from what I understand, a South American brand. So I don't know. My assumption is that they're probably not. You don't see a whole lot of them in the UK. But we're just going to go with it. You know, we have limited choices as it is, and you use the same one over and over again. And sometimes you just can't help but use equipment that you normally wouldn't see. So, you know, you take cedars for example. Most of these cedars in this game you would not see very often in the US anyways, so you just kind of got to go with what you got. So that's what we're going to go with, and I went with that just because of the fact, whoa, I almost took out the sign there, just for the fact that it also fertilizes when it seeds. I was going to go with the old-time Massey one, but I thought, because that's only 400 to lease, I mean, that was dirt cheap, but I thought, you know what, I might as well just fertilize it when I'm going to seed, because I'm probably not going to, pretty sure I'm never ever going to fertilize these grasslands, so might as well get the most out of it while I can. So we'll spread this real quick, and then like I said, the cultivators here, we will work it, and then I'll have to get the seeder somehow, and then I'll get it seeded in here. All trying to do this before it gets to midnight and switches over to summer to see. I want this planted before the seasonal transition, so hopefully it works out okay. Might be a little bit dark by the time I get done, but it's not that big of an area. It shouldn't take all that long. Probably take more time to move equipment around and get different the equipment I need than it would be to actually just go ahead and do it, but it is what it is. I'm anxious to see if any of these crops in that field 46 emerge overnight. I think things tend to do that more with the seasonal transitions, don't they? Alright, let's see how far this gets us. Like I said, I wish I would have been more prepared and had more time here. I would have hauled down manure, made a pile here, and then leased a spreader and done that. That would have been kind of cool. Because I think manure is used a lot in grasses. I was reading an article about a guy that kind of moved from the country into the city and started buying, you know, petrified manure and spreading it on his yard. They must live somewhere where the soil's really sandy, and spreading on his yard to get this nice lush green yard. And you know, of course, when it rains and everything and it soaks in the aroma, his neighbors are not quite happy with him that he is doing that. But hey, more power to him. He's got the best yard in the neighborhood. My neck of the woods, basically, you just put down some nitrogen, and make sure you do that when it you're gonna get moisture, either that or water your yard, and it turns nice and green. My tractor's working relatively hard, I think. I had 13,000 to begin with. It's going to take a little couple loads, that's for sure. Let's turn some tunes on, little slurry spreading tunes, and speed this up and let's see how this goes. Otherwise, I might even fall asleep sitting here going back and forth with the slurry spreader at such a minuscule speed, 5 miles an hour. Yeah, woohoo! 11:05. Yes, 11:05. I did get, well, with the help of my 2 workers, it is all slurried and it is cultivated. I did slow down time. I have 55 minutes to get this seeded. I did slow down time just because of the time I spent getting equipment moved, whatever. This is the Stara that I did lease. I think I used it on the Estancia La Pancho when I was just playing around with that map for a little bit. I forgot that I didn't quite like it because, you know, it sits out. The tires are out past the drill itself, so it's kind of hard to judge. But, you know, and like I said, I understand that this may not be a cedar you're going to find a lot in the UK, but we'll just have to go with it. It's kind of neat. It seeds and it fertilizes. So I'm going to get going and see if I can get this done in now 54 minutes. Now, let's see. We'll start off in here. Like I said, we'll see how this goes. I was all trying to get this done by the time midnight rolled around and it changed to the next season. Let's just see how far. I gotta kind of judge this here. Grass is selected. Yipes! We'll just go with that and see how it goes. Try to do a little bit of an overlap. But yeah, so this took me a lot longer than I was expecting, I tell you. I was not expecting nightfall, and especially approaching midnight, to come this fast. That is for sure. In hindsight, I probably should have done this before I went spraying, but it's all good. It's all good. 53 minutes, I might be able to get her done, and if not, it's going to be awfully close. So we'll go with it. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, this is just grass. Certainly not a row crop. I'm not going to be too concerned about making it look pretty and totally correct. One thing I never done, I've never like planted a grass before, like, or a forage, let's put it that way, because technically wheat, barley, they're all grasses, so have planted them, but not in the native grass, forage grass, you know, stuff like that. I have not. How am I doing? Seems to be going okay. I suppose it gets, on the video, it kind of gets difficult to watch when it's pitch black outside. But, yeah. I think this will work out nice. And I think about it, I think this has the possibility to make me some money. You know, there is that argument on what the most valuable crop is in this game. A lot want to say it's soybeans because they tend to be the highest price crop, but in all reality, grass is the most valuable crop when you think about it. Grass, you can get the biggest return on the investment, I would say. Most dollar per hectare. And believe it or not, after all that, I think I missed one stump. But I think it sits in the ground low enough that it'll go over. I saw it when I was just touching up the cultivation, and the cultivator went over it no problem. So I'm thinking that the cedar will as well. I'm not too familiar with this. I'm going to have to look this one up to see how the mechanisms work on this cedar. I'm kind of curious now. Yeah, interesting though. Because look, there's no PTO shaft. So this is all chain driven. Can't tell if there's hydraulic hoses there or if it's electric. Maybe it looks like it's hydraulic, but yeah, kind of a neat little cedar. I'll have to look that one up on the internet. But well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to get busy, try to get this done. I now have let's see, what do I have? 48 minutes. I got 48 minutes to get this done. I should be able to get it done. And I'm not a big fan of turning back time. I'm not a big fan of turning up time either, but in my head I can justify it because of all the times I had to run back and forth with the equipment and stuff when my workers should have been doing that. So, but we'll leave it there for today. Just because of the nighttime, it's hard to have a video in the middle of the night when approaching 11 o'clock, and we will start fresh again tomorrow. I think there's more spraying on the horizon, as well as planting some trees. I gotta live up. Yeah, there's my stump. Gotta live up to my word by planting the 100 trees that I promised. So I have that to do as well. I can't forget about that. Animals, oh boy, I don't even want to look now. Oh, I might have to do a quick cleaning. Maybe they can stay another 6 hours. We'll see. Yeah, they could probably go another 6 hours. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on. Spraying, tree planting, and then right in the near future, tomorrow's the first day of summer, probably a lot of grass work. A lot of grass work for OakField Farm as well. Start working on filling the other silage pit at OakField Farm, and go from there. Probably cut my grass area, the grass that I have for Oak Glen Farm, and make some silage bills and see what kind of money we can make on that. But yeah, it's going to be busy. That is for sure. But thanks for joining us. If you enjoyed the video, found it useful, perhaps even a little entertaining, give us a like. We would appreciate that. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, hey, do that as well. That would just be splendid. But as the clock approaches midnight here on OakField Farm, Farmer Min telling you, have yourself a great day and keep between the ditches. So long.